Hello and welcome to your August Central Oregon, especially Bend, Oregon, real estate update. I'm Nora Spangler with Rogue Real Estate, and I'm going to take you through all of the numbers for August and give you some idea of what might be coming in the fall and maybe even into next year. Hi, Nora Spangler here with Rogue Real Estate. Let's dive into the August real estate numbers. Just a quick reminder of two things. This is how I do my data, my statistics. I only look at the city of Bend, and I'm only looking at single family home sales. So just to keep it simple and easy to compare, every time I do one of these market updates, that's what I'm doing. I'll get to the median home price in just a minute, but first let's look at inventory levels and how many homes we actually sold in August. The number of homes sold in August was actually down about 22% from a year ago August, and also about the same as July, down just 1% from our July numbers. So our number of homes sold is definitely off a little bit, but historically, we're not that far off from the number of homes we would typically sell in August. So our market is not falling to pieces. The number of homes that we had left at the end of the month of August for sale was down 35% from a year ago August and down about 33% from the month before. So our inventory level is really taking a beating. It's sinking lower and lower, and that just means that it's a little bit more of a seller's market because it's low inventory, but our demand is still fairly high. So realtors like to talk about months of supply, and you'll also hear this in the media and on the news. So months of supply means you take all the homes that were available at the end of the month still for sale, and you divide it by the number of homes that sold during the month of August, let's say. And so that gives you an idea of how long would that inventory last if you continued to sell homes at that same rate, which of course is not a given, but it's just something we kind of put a pin in it and use that as a comparison number. So we are right at about 2 months of inventory at the end of August. And that means we are still in a seller's market. Now that doesn't mean there's not opportunities for buyers. But as you know, interest rates are up, and it's a challenging market for buyers right now. What about median days on market, or DOM as we call it? How long is it taking for homes to sell? Well, a little bit longer than it was, back a year ago. I think we were at 6 and 8 days on the market, single digits. Now we're at 16 days on the market at the end of August, but folks, that's still a pretty quick pace. I know you're waiting to find out what the median sale price in the city of Bend, single family homes, was for August. Well, it definitely went down, just like my thumbnail mentioned, and it was $760,000. So that's down from the month before, July, where it was up to $810,000. So that's about a 6% drop. Don't get too excited. Don't start jumping for joy, because that is still up 11% year over year. So our market is still going up. And I know some people are just waiting for a crash, or maybe they're calling it a correction, but I don't really think our home prices are going to continue to drop. I feel like they're going to stabilize and probably keep steadily increasing, just at a slower pace. Hey, if you're really interested in Central Oregon, especially Bend real estate, give this video a like. If you liked my channel, click the subscribe button and that little bell icon so you'll get notified each week when I do a new video. Let's get some historical perspective by looking back before the crazy pandemic and all the big changes in our market. So before the pandemic in 2018 and 2019, Bend had a relatively balanced real estate market. We had plenty of inventory to support our sales, and we had a little more than 5 months of inventory at the end of the month of August in each of those years. Now the pandemic came along and we started selling even more homes, but we weren't adding inventory. So we dropped down to about a 3-month supply at the end of August in 2020 and 2021. Post-pandemic in 2022, while our sales have dropped about 20% and our inventory is down about 33%, that means we are still losing ground. So really, until our inventory can grow faster than our sales, we are still going to see rising prices because real estate is a commodity. Prices change based on supply and demand. So back in the crash, for example, when supply suddenly increased hugely, the prices dropped because there was such a huge supply. There weren't enough buyers qualified to purchase all those homes. We are not seeing that right now. Our inventory is so low, but we still have demand. So that keeps our prices going up. Bend is a popular place. People still really want to move here, even though it is quite expensive. And so that just keeps our prices slowly marching upward. Maybe not as fast as in the pandemic when we were growing 20, 30, 40% year over year. So how are we going to get more inventory? Well, we do have quite a bit of new construction, and I have done lots of videos on that. Here's one that I did recently showing some of the new construction projects in town. However, new construction takes time. For instance, the Easton development by Polish Homes down at the south end of town is, well, it's been delayed, it seems like, for months and months. It was supposed to go homes for sale this summer, but now maybe coming soon in the fall we might see some initial homes come on the market. So it just takes time. So what we really need is more existing homeowners to put their home on the market. And how do we make that happen? I don't know. I wish I knew. People have to be willing to sell their home and move either within Bend or move away from Bend. So we just have to wait for more inventory to hit the market to kind of even out our inventory situation. So you might be wondering, is Bend in a seller's market or is it moving towards a buyer's market? Some markets in the US have already achieved balance or even tipped toward a buyer's market. That is not the case in Bend. Although I will say, if you are flexible and if you're willing to do some renovations and maybe take a home that's not in the perfect location, those are some things that can help you get under contract on a home in Bend. It's not impossible. Buyers still can negotiate in some cases, but for the ideal homes, the best homes that are ready to move into, and if they're priced correctly for the market today, those homes are still selling within 5 to 10 days on the market really quickly. And if you're wondering how to make a good offer on a property in this changing, shifting market, check out right here. I just did that video last week. There's some good tips for you. So what do I think is coming this fall and winter? Well, I think it's going to be fairly typical. Our market does slow down because we get winter weather, we get snow, the kids are back in school, and you got holidays, and people are more focused on family life. But some people do need to sell, so we will have homes coming on the market in the winter. But I think our inventory is going to remain low, and it's still going to be challenging to get under contract, but possible. It's always possible if you do it properly. And what might be coming to our market in 2023? Well, that's pretty much anybody's guess. Bend is a little bit insulated in that our market will probably stay strong just due to the demand we have of people wanting to move here. Although, of course, we will be affected if there's a big recession, big layoffs, job losses, just other economic and worldwide changes that we don't have any control over. Interest rates, if they continue to rise, that will definitely put a damper on the sale of homes, as it has been doing ever since they went up about 6%. So next year, it's really anybody's guess. I'm hoping that interest rates will creep down a little bit and give buyers a little more room to get under contract. But throughout next year and into the following year, 2024, I see our home prices still rising, just at a slower pace. So that's my 2 cents, and if I can help you in any way, please reach out to me. I'm always available to help you buy or sell homes in Bend.